This is how you can paint this sunset just using this. Start in the middle of the paper and paint a green line going both directions. Now fill that whole area in. Add a light blue line on the left-hand side. Now take a bright orange and start moving your paintbrush right to left. Then rinse your paintbrush and start spreading it out. This is what's going to help it blend. Add some blue at the top of the page. While your paper is wet, add a pink. Start blending it out by just rinsing your brush and moving it side to side. Then I added in some more yellow and blended that in. Then I mixed my green with a little bit of red and yellow to get this earthy green and started filling in the whole bottom portion. I also added another layer to this blue section. Since the green is still wet, I tapped in a little bit more green and blended that out. Then I took my bright pink and added in some random lines. Then I softened the lines by just using my wet paintbrush. Now you're going to take a little bit of blue and start adding some lines coming in on the side. This is going to just break up the different colors, making it look like it's shining through the sky. I added in some stems and leaves at the bottom of the page. This just helps the foreground have a little bit more texture. Then I added some darker blues and greens in. Then I took some white acrylic paint and started painting little tiny white flowers. The farther back that you put your flowers, the smaller your dot will be. Then I added yellow center to each of the flowers, and that's how you can paint this really pretty sunset.